My name is Joan Halifax. I'm abbot of Upaya Zen Center in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm a medical anthropologist, an author, and a social activist. And I've been working in the field of end-of-life care since 1970. It's been a really important part of my life. And that work really emerged for me in relation to my Buddhist practice, which began in the mid-1960s, and how these two worlds, the world of Buddhism and the world of end-of-life care, interact with each other, how they inform each other. I've worked in medical settings. I've taught in medical schools all over the world. And clearly, one of the most important human experiences is the experience of what it is to be a compassionate person. What is compassion? And compassion involves that capacity to attend to the experience of another, but also to our own experience. It also involves a motivation which is fundamentally altruistic or unselfish. And it involves the feelings of concern about the well-being of another, of wanting to benefit another. And then it involves insight. In other words, our ability to look deeply and to see what may really serve this person. And then to act, if possible, in order to benefit the other. So in the work that I've done with social scientists and also with neuroscientists and also my own research as a caregiver, I began to develop a map of compassion, which involves the elements that I've just shared with you. And I realized that the map was good. It gave me a sense that compassion is actually made of non-compassion elements. Those elements which I've just suggested include attention, a pro-social motivation, insight, and embodiment, and that we can train in those elements. But I realized that it was important to actually develop a tool that clinicians could use, and that also would be useful for educators, for people in the humanities, people who are engaged in political work, in work in relation to social and environmental justice, that compassion touches all of these areas, and it also touches the lives of parents and of children. So this tool, which is very accessible, very logical, is based on the map of compassion that I developed. And it's using an English word. The word is grace, as a kind of pointer to the qualities that you are nourishing, activating in the process of interacting with someone who is suffering. So the G of grace is gathering your attention. And what this means is letting go of externalities and really bringing your attention into this moment where you are grounded. And the R of grace is recalling your intention. And this means that we touch into this experience of our altruistic motivation. This motivation is deeply directed toward benefiting others. The A of grace is that experience first of self-attunement, being aware of your own subjective experience as it is, physically, emotionally, and cognitively, in order to see if biases are present, or if there are moral conflicts and the body is tense because you feel that this is a dilemma that you're in. Then expanding your subjectivity to include the experience of another, being in resonance at the physical level, being in resonance emotionally and in connection, in resonance cognitively, not over-identifying, but in fact having this experience of expanding your sense of self so that you're including the experience of another while at the same time you know you're not that other person. So there's two things going on. There's resonance, but there's also insight. I am not this person. Then the C of grace is considering what will really serve. And by this, we're allowing the experience of insight to arise from being grounded, from being resourced by our intention, by being in resonance or attunement with our own subjective experience, and also being in attunement with the other, and looking also broadly what will really serve here, what will serve the patient, the child if you're in school as a teacher, what will serve the family member, what will serve the system, what are the constraints of the system, and so forth. So you consider what will really serve. And on this basis, the E of grace, which is to engage. To engage is to bring ethically aligned action into place, which might mean doing nothing, or it could mean doing something very concrete. And the second part of the E of grace is ending. How one can end this interaction in a way that there's a kind of completion, an inner acknowledgement of what has happened, or asking for forgiveness, or expressing gratitude.
それでは少しグレースを一緒に練習してみましょう。深く息を吸い込んでみましょう。注意を集め、吸う息に注意を向けます。そして息を吐きながら体に注意を沈めます。それからあなたの意図を思い出しましょう。役に立ちたいという深い志です。人をサポートし、共にあろうとすること。何らかの形で役に立てるかを考え、人の苦しみを変容させるために、あなたの意図こそが深いリソースなのです。これがグレースの R、意図を思い出すです。そしてグレースの A、今あなたの体で何が起こっていますか？どんな身体的な感覚がありますか？体とのつながりをなくしているのかもしれません。ただ呼吸の感覚に気づきます。吸う息と吐く息。床についている足に注意を向けてもよいでしょう。椅子やクッションに座っている座骨にも。どんな感覚がそこにあるか。どんな感情がありますか？それがポジティブでもネガティブでも判断しません。ただニュートラルなものかもしれません。そして今、どんな思考が浮かんでいるでしょう。私たちはほとんど自分自身に注意を向ける機会を与えようとしません。体、ハート、そして思考で何が起こっているのか。 患者さんと一緒にいるのを想像してください。あるいは学校の生徒やとても困っている友達、または困難に面している仲間でもよいでしょう。その人が体で経験していることを感じ取ってみましょう。どんなフィーリングがあるでしょうか。この人の内側と共鳴していきます。そしてその方はあなたをどう見ているでしょうか。再び呼吸を体深くへ届けます。次に何が役立つかを考えます。地に足がついた状態を取り戻し、利他的な意図と共感の状態とともに、その方とともにオープンに、明確なアイデアがなくてもただオープンに安らぎましょう。グラウンディングした状態とあなたの良き心に支えられながら、そして何が湧いてくるか見てみます。それから何が起こるか想像しましょう。行動を起こす。それが関与です。そして完了。起こったことを受け止め、そして手放します。その感覚とともに、この状況で私はベストを尽くしたのだと理解します。ここで起こった何らかの良いことが人に恩恵をもたらしますように。ちょっとした短い練習でした。オープンに取り組んでいただきありがとうございました。
Again, grace is a way that we can cultivate this deep heart of compassion as we interact with those who are struggling, with those who are suffering. It's a powerful tool for clinicians, but also for teachers, for parents. I truly hope it serves you. Thank you.